So it can sometimes be a blessing to have people in our lives that don't let us believe our own bullshit. People that don't take our shit. So my brother is like that. He'll tell me straight up if I've done or said something that contradicts myself or my behavior or anything like that. So recently, in the last 6 months or so, now that I've actually been driving regularly and getting comfortable with it, I have been also developing particular response patterns while I'm driving. So, if someone does something that I judge as being inconsiderate or something, that I get frustrated, and maybe I'll tell them that they're being a bastard, just not obviously get out of the car and go and tell them, but I'll just say out loud, oh, you bastard. And, sometimes comment on how someone is driving recklessly or something like that. So my brother then will tell me, actually, you know what? I've seen you doing exactly that thing. You have done that before. You can't go and say that that person is a bastard for doing it if you do the same thing without any awareness or consideration for your actions. And I was like, oh, really? Did I really do that? No, that was my first response. But taking a moment to actually really reflect on, how do I drive? Am I having moments where I'm not fully aware of my surroundings, or am I having moments where I make mistakes and don't consider the effect that it can have on the drivers around me? And yeah, okay, I have been doing things like that I have actually been judging as being behavior deserving of the title bastard. So I figured, okay, all right, it's time to get real with myself here. I can't keep behaving one way and then expecting other people to behave differently. So first of all right, okay, I need to be aware of how am I driving. I need to be aware of what am I doing when I'm driving. What mistakes am I making? Are there things that I do often that I can change? Is there a pattern I need to break in my driving? And obviously this is applicable to every area of our lives, just as with everything. And then the other point that I need to check myself on is, how do I respond to other people on the road? How am I judging other people as being inconsiderate or being assholes or whatever? Because within that judgment, I'm already creating a separation between, yes, myself and my own behavior, but it's like when we judge someone, even if it feels justified and righteous in the moment, it's like we create a barrier between us and them. And we assume that we know exactly why they've done what they've done. And it must have, why else would someone do something like that? And it doesn't matter even if someone is an evil motherfucker. When we judge them, we're not actually taking the time to consider, how did this person get to that particular point in their life? Because things aren't always black and white. There are a lot of shades of grey in between, and there are always reasons. There's always a series of events that leads to a particular outcome, or a particular person making a particular choice, or having a particular behavioral pattern. And when we judge someone, instead of stopping to look at, okay, how did they come to be that way? How can I understand their behavior? So we remove that key of understanding, that willingness to understand. Human nature essentially goes out the window, and we get stuck in this self-righteous feeling like, I'm always right, I'm always doing things right, I'm always the best, and everyone else, they must be idiots because they don't ever do things right. And how are we supposed to develop effective relationships if we allow ourselves to judge people in that way? And yes, of course, we judge ourselves in that way as well. We don't take the time to consider, how did I come to be this way? How did I come to be this person? And then it's like we get stuck in that judgment cycle, and we never bring in that key of understanding, and so our behavior never changes, and we just keep bringing ourselves down, putting ourselves down. And that's what we do to other people. We just keep on with that cycle of self-righteousness, of you're wrong, you're bad. And from that we prevent real growth and real change, especially when it comes to our interrelationships, the dynamics between people that essentially builds our society, builds our communities. So yes, even something as small as that can have an effect on the world around us, because we create the world around us. We influence the people around us, and we are the ones who develop the relationships that we have with the people in our lives, whether it's someone that we've known for 5 seconds or 5 years. Okay, so I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to my patrons on the Get Real page that at the moment Joe and I are running. And if you would like to support what we do with Get Real, you can check out our Patreon page and you can become a patron. And for those who already are, thanks again. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.